Yes.
Are you telling me confidently that there is a strict adherence to expatriate quotas by these companies?
No, all indications point to the direction that there is some level of abuse of expatriate quota approval. And that is more reason why that the Nigerian Immigration Service has been charged with the responsibility of further stricter monitoring of expatriate quota approvals. But I can tell you today too that against the backdrop of outcries from Nigerians and some business people and organizations in Nigeria that expatriate quota approvals have been abused, the Minister of Interior has set up a ministerial committee to examine some of the allegations, some of the accusations that have been leveled against some companies and organizations of abusing expatriate quota, with a view to making appropriate recommendations to the Ministry of Interior for addressing these issues of abuse of expatriate quota.
Whenever there is an economic meltdown or the kind of recession that we're witnessing around the world, countries tend to protect their own citizens by keeping away expatriates, by stopping them from getting jobs that should go to indigents. Why is Nigeria not doing more in this area, given the level of unemployment that exists in the country and the number of people from other countries who do jobs that are menial, like shop managers, like factory supervisors? Anybody can do that.
No skills that are available in this country are imported into this country or approved for importation into this country. When you find people in Nigeria, essentially white people, the temptation is for people to classify them as expatriates who employ people as shop managers, who employ people to do all sort of jobs that ordinarily Nigerians would be doing. The truth about it is that there are some of these shop owners that are naturalized Nigerians, whose children and siblings and relations are also naturalized Nigerians. And so if they own shops, they reserve the prerogative of employing their children, of employing their siblings to man the shops, because they also are Nigerians that enjoy all the rights and privileges of citizenship of Nigeria. I'm not insisting, for instance, that there are some persons who have been granted, quota to come to Nigeria, who purport in the first place to acquire some skills, to have some skills, but have come to Nigeria only to discover that they don't have such skills, who engage in menial jobs that ordinarily Nigerians will engage in. Again, that is a problem that we have been contending with, and I've had reason to talk to our embassies overseas, because the approval of expatriate quota is institution-based. It's not country-based. And we approve quotas here. It is the responsibility of our missions to ascertain and interpret correctly the qualifications that these expatriates use in coming to the country. And so I have had reasons to talk to some of our embassy officials that are charged with the responsibility of assessing these documents for importation into the country, to be very diligent in interpreting these certificates, because you find out that some of these certificates are even written in foreign languages. And so we at the end here are at a loss as to what constitutes what, unless we get proper interpretation from our missions abroad. But the efforts that we are making here is to ensure that when it is identified that you have come into this country under a guise, and of course operating and carrying out activities under another guise, the immigration officials have been very much alert and instructed to ensure that such persons are repatriated out of the country.
We will take a break now. Please join us again after the break.